Hello and welcome back to Keldeo60 Plays. Today I am playing some more Xenoblade Chronicles 1 Definitive Edition. And today I am finally getting to the pink Affinity heart-to-hearts, starting of the ones I haven't already done. Let's put that one there. So, first we're starting in Colony 9 with the Dunban and Ryan heart-to-hearts, and obviously, just to clarify, this is more recent, being the Switch 2 edition, so there will be voice acting. And yes, technically, showcase of something that anyone can view, but you know, I can still react to the first time because I actually haven't seen a lot of the heart-to-hearts.
It's okay. No worries. Something you want to talk about?
This is difficult to ask, but what's your opinion of Fiora and Shulk as a couple?
What?
Okay.
Come on, man. Where did this come from? I figured I'd be the last person you'd ask.
The three of you have been inseparable since forever. Who else would I ask?
Okay, when you put it like that, I wouldn't say they're a couple, but they mean a lot to each other.
That seems like a reasonable assessment.
Yep. But lately I've been thinking, if you're that close to someone, sometimes you miss the obvious. So we're on the same page for once.
We should not need to see this as a cause for celebration. I am and will always be your ally. You and I share the same goal.
So, what are you going to do about them two then?
Absolutely nothing.
What? Why ask me then? I figured you were thinking it was time to step in.
I wanted to know your opinion. It doesn't mean we should act on it.
Are you sure? If they're not going to do anything about it themselves...
Knowing whether to intervene or not is something you must learn. Trust me when I say they are fine. Just continue looking out for them.
All right, I get it. No point arguing, I suppose. I'll leave it to you, Dunban.
Thank you, Ryan. After talking to you, I feel more certain about how to handle them. And that means a lot.
Just to chat on how far characters have actually taken anything. Okay. I think I actually have a very large one, so this might end up being split into two parts just due to the fact that there's a lot. Okay. On to Tefer Cave, which requires coming all the way up to Kneecap Hill. Potentially. I didn't actually check which ones I still have. But technically, if I do have this one, I do require Brian still in party. Yep. Okay. I just swapped Ryan. Get out of here, Dunban. I have to remember I have access to this.
Time for a little break.
Oh.
Ryan, look. What a sight.
It's a sight, all right.
What's wrong, Ryan? It's not like you to look so serious.
Hey, I can be serious if I want to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. What's on your mind?
Before I came here with Shulk, I'd never seen this place.
Was there something special about that day? You've never told me about it.
You could say that. It's the day we set out from Colony 9. Well, it might not have been the exact day. I don't remember.
Oh, I see. Was that just after I was taken? I messed up pretty badly that day.
Why would you say that? Man, now you're the one who's not acting like yourself.
I suppose. But if I hadn't tried to be a hero, you could have stayed in Colony 9.
Don't beat yourself up about it.
But Ryan,
I don't regret leaving the colony behind. And I don't blame you for all this stuff that's happened.
that makes me feel better.
Even since when did they technically leave the colony behind, other than the fact that they
Still would have left. Feels like
kept
we were
walking?
destined or something.
You think Leonardo
I also
was
noted
jealous?
that, well, no,
Yeah, something like that.
something
Or
after the
maybe
rest
he
of the
just kept
cutscene.
browbeating us until we did it.
Much as I hate to admit it, I think you've hit the nail on the head. I can't imagine just sitting there, with a colony in ruins. I'd have wanted to go out and get revenge on the Mekon.
I knew it. So don't worry, okay? Soon this will be over, and we can all go back to the colony for good.
That sounds great.
The thing is, they changed it from... They refer to the Fiora scene during the Mekon raid as a kidnapping, and not a murder. Oops. Nothing happened here. Okay. On to the next one. Bionis leg. This is going to be... Oh, that... Nope, we're not dealing with that one at the moment. That's an actual quest line. This one is by Ro Oasis. And this time I actually do want Dunban back in party, as well as Charlotte. But I do find it weird that they changed it to kidnapping.
Good a place as any.
Not that it's technically incorrect, but it's just that kind of weird change. Nothing super good or super bad. It's just there.
I've been to this place before. Only once, however.
Really? When was that?
I remember it well. When Fiora and I were much younger, we came here together.
All the way from Colony 9. That's no small distance.
I was so very afraid as we made our way through Tefra Cave. I can barely even remember the way now. At the time, I was so busy making sure Fiora was okay.
I mean, if you don't mind telling me, that is.
It was about 12 years ago, I believe. Colony 9 was attacked by the Mekon. This is where we fled to.
Ah,
Oh, I see.
a 12?
That sounds horrible. I was only little at the time
Interesting.
as well, but I remember that day.
Mekon formed a barrier around our house. I feared the worst.
That's when you made a run for it.
Yes, but on our way to the shelter, Fiora let go of my hand. She started running back to get something she'd forgotten.
So you braved the onslaught and went all the way back?
Yes, that we did. It was a keepsake that reminded her of our mother. Losing it would have devastated her.
But why didn't you send Fiora to the shelter first? You could have gone and got it on your own.
There was no time. And
And what?
she burst into tears. She said she didn't want me to leave her on her own. So, with Fiora crying on my back, We braved it all for that keepsake.
Wow, that's quite a story. Sounds like you were as much a hero then as you are today.
You think so? Well, thank you, Charlotte.
Interesting. A little more background into an event that's technically already occurred at this point. And both sound very much like... both sound very much in character. Would be a way I'd put it. For done by an NPR. But 12 years ago was another Mechon raid. Man. Okay. Okay. I apparently no longer have that one. But I'm not going... yeah, it looks like I have this one. Okay.
Alrighty, let's go, baby.
Good a place as any.
The Forgets make doing some of these things so much easier. Talking about the rebuilding of Colony.
So, Sharla, is this what Colony 6 is supposed to look like?
It's definitely getting there. We've come a long way. A little more work and it'll be perfect.
Really? If you ask me, it's looking good already. Plenty of warm homes and thriving businesses. It's great.
True, we have nearly everything we need. But we can't stop here. It has to be a place where everyone can feel safe. Then it'll really feel like Colony 6 again.
I know what you mean. You've come so far. It would be a tragedy to lose it all again.
Yes, and that's why we have to make it safe. A place where no one will ever be sad or afraid of losing their home.
You will achieve your dream.
How can you be so sure?
Everyone here has the same goal. Reconstructing Colony 6 is practically what they live for.
I guess I'm the only one worried. But it's all I think about sometimes. How long peace will last? Whether we'll be safe even then.
I can totally understand. What happened here was awful. And you'll never forget it. Just like I'll never forget the attack on Colony 9. But this is a chance for a new beginning.
I guess if I can't let go of the past, I'll never get over what happened.
Exactly. And it'll help if you create as many good memories as you can. Then maybe the bad ones won't seem so bad.
Now you mention it, we've had some good times on the road. And I don't intend on forgetting those anytime soon. And, well, there are other good memories I don't plan to forget.
Are you talking about the time you spent with Gado? It might sound weird coming from me, but hold on to those memories. In the end, memories of Gado are the only proof he was here.
I'll never forget him. Don't worry. Thank you for everything. I feel like rebuilding the entire world.
I know the feeling. But I'll be glad if I can help out, even a little bit. Anyway, let's find the others.
Yeah, a lot of talk of finding the others. It's like, they're right here. Hang on. Okay. I have a red marker there.
And off we go.
I don't know why I have a red marker there, but I have a red marker there.
So, what do you think of my smooth moves?
Man, am I glad Colony 6 isn't one of the racetracks.
I wonder if we could use this thing
Oh. I took too sharp of a turn and then got stuck on the wall. Okay, no. I was questioning why there was a red one there. It was just an actual character I had to talk to. Oh, we got a lot of Telephia over here. 65. On to renewed determination.
Remember that day? You know, the day we set out on this whole adventure.
Yeah. How could I forget?
It's unforgettable, all right. All that stuff happened all at once. No one could have predicted it.
It makes me wonder, though. What if I'd already figured out the Monado before then? I know what happened, but so many people have gone through so much pain. I wish I could have prevented it all.
I know how you feel. But what's with all the negativity?
I can't help it. Think of all the people we lost. Too many, if you ask me. We lost Egil just as we were coming to an understanding.
But don't you get the feeling it was always going to be that way? He seemed satisfied at the end, like he'd done everything he could.
He gave his all for us. And he gave us hope.
Of course he did. And to think, he had it in for us all. Then he went and saved us.
That shocked me almost as much as you. But that's why we can't give up. So Egil's sacrifice wasn't in vain.
We're going to win this one, Shulk. For Egil. And we won't forget the others who've given their lives. We'll make them proud.
A new future in their name. That's our promise to them. And that no one will ever have to suffer through this again.
I'm right with you, Shulk.
Interesting. Despite everything, they still came to respect the men. It's just a little bit of interesting detail. Nah. Don't know why it took me so long just to
This ether lamp.
walk up
Is
to
that
it.
the ones in Tefra Cave?
You mean the ones on the route between our two colonies? Those would have been put there by people from Colony 6.
You learn something new every day.
You see the yellow glow? That's because the lamp uses electric ether crystals.
Didn't know that either. I guess some days you learn two new things. I do know that electric-type crystals glow the brightest.
Bingo! Once upon a time, replenishing lamps with fresh ether was my job. It was my very first job, actually. I used to follow the route all the way down into the ether mine. I used to get lost when I started, but I soon got the hang of it. We used to time each other to see who could get it done quickest.
You mean you and Gaddo?
Am I that obvious?
You start talking about your old life, and I see tears. It had to be Gaddo.
Didn't think you were even paying attention.
Oi! I always pay attention to you.
Shulk said something interesting to me once. He thinks you're insensitive when it comes to this kind of thing.
He can talk. The only girl he's ever talked to is Fiora.
I'm almost jealous. I mean, of your male camaraderie. I wonder what it would be like. Being a guy, doing guy things. Even the most ridiculous thing is a serious question to you. It's quite sweet, actually. I guess that's why I like you.
What? What am I missing here?
I meant that if I were a guy,
I might have been able to fight. I could have stayed with Gaddo in Colony 6 until the end. That's all. I really didn't want to leave without him. Not while the Mechon were destroying the entire colony.
I'm so sorry, Charlotte.
Maybe I should have just kicked up a fuss like a little girl. Refused to leave. He always thought the best of me. Trusting in me, relying on me. But I was never as strong as he thought.
I'm sure letting you go was just as hard for him. But he put his feelings aside for your sake. So you could live on. So you could leave the colony.
I know. But I miss him so much.
Cheer up, Charlotte. Hey, how about this? From now on, I'll work really, really hard. And then one day, I'll be the man of your dreams.
How long's that gonna take? I can't spend my entire life waiting around.
That's my Charlotte, all right. I like you best when you give me that big old smile of yours.
Looks like you're learning fast. Keep those compliments coming. And by the way, Ryan, thank you.
Interesting. Apparently there's some... I don't know if I already have this one. I do not. Kick Ryan out of party again. Complain about the fact that I missed the one section, walked on the one section that isn't actually flat ground, considered flat walking ground. And reset the area again.
Isn't it nice climbing up trees? It really takes me back.
To when Charlotte was a little pawn?
Yes, exactly. To be a little girl again.
Ricky feel like little pawn too.
I'm sure you loved climbing trees when you were little, just like me.
Charlotte good at climbing trees. Charlotte look like proper lady. Ricky not know Charlotte climb trees.
That's very nice of you to say. I'm really not that ladylike. I couldn't get enough of sitting at the top of trees.
Ricky and little pawn love climbing trees together. But
What is it, Ricky?
one little pawn not like it.
Did something happen to them?
Ricky no reason. When Ricky take eyes away from little pawn gets scared. Little pawn stuck at top of tree and wait for Ricky for whole day.
Oh, that sounds horrible. Are they okay now?
Other little pawn at school tease my little pawn because not climb now. All Ricky's fault.
Don't beat yourself up, Ricky. With some love and care, the little one will be fine. And when they're ready, you can take them climbing again.
Ricky likes Charlotte's idea. You are nice hum Charlotte.
And you're a good father, Ricky. The bestest hero pon father.
Oh. Wasn't expecting that ether mode to be in the middle of the camera there. Still a very nice looking area. Technically, Bionis interior neck. I actually have a couple there. And a bunch on fallen. That is a lot in that one area. next one is in here. In front of Riki's house. I must get done by now. And I think that this one is probably what I'll call it. After.
Ricky not won't leave home again.
Ready to leave us already? You can stay here, no one will mind.
Dun not sad, Ricky leave. Two hereupon better than one.
I'll be fine without you, but I'm not so sure about the others.
Shulk will miss Ricky. Ryan too. Ricky's friends all sad. Ricky think Dun sad too. Dun tell the truth? Wow. Dun can cry? No, Ricky not want Dun to cry.
I thought you did want me to cry.
No, not cry. If Ricky going to leave, then Ricky want Dun beg him to stay. Dun can beg now.
Beg? You are delusional, Ricky. Besides, it's inevitable that we'll each go our own ways eventually.
Really? Oh no, not good. Ricky want to stay with friends, but want family to come with too. Dun think Ricky selfish? Ricky not selfish, thank you. But Ricky want cake and eat it, so Ricky figured out the best way.
Come on then, out with it.
Ricky, Oka, and Little Pon all move to Dan's house. Then, in future, Fiora and Shulk come too. Ryan can come too sometimes, if Melly and Shala come. Ricky and friends have big party!
Let me get back to you on that. My house is fairly small and you wouldn't like the beds. Let's agree to go back to our own homes for now, okay?
Ricky like Ricky's idea better. Dun should listen more. Oh, Ricky know Dun build bigger house.
Let me guess. You can get me a good loan to pay for the work.
Wait, Dun try to be funny. Ricky not like Dun's joke. Ricky invite everyone back to Dun's house. This Ricky's joke.
I don't think that's a joke, Riki. Or a complete joke there, Riki. Little jab at the fact that also Riki's in debt. Still. As far as I'm aware, he's still in debt. But with that heart-to-heart out of the way, that is going to be it for today's part. I will say, I do like the fact that most of the ones here are a little more for the ones that I still had available for the pink Affinity heart-to-hearts, that I went through this time. I liked that there was more like backtracking and talking about either the start of the journey, looks at Shulk and Ryan, Ryan Fiora, as looking back on the journey up to what would essentially be technically Ryan and Fiora is as you're heading to Egil, partially, but it still works post-core, because it does, but, it kind of also lines up with Shulk and Ryan's conversation of, what if some of the events had changed a little? Could that have potentially prevented something? And the question is, maybe not. But I like that there's these ideas of looking back and also making good on some of the changes, while also trying not to forget those who have been lost. Or trying to do it to better so that there are no more losses like what has happened over the course of the game. I also like there's been a number, and I mean some of the other heart-to-hearts as I've gone through them have had similar things, but like Dunban and Charla's talking about technically setting events prior to the game. And technically that's upwards of 3 of them. That's the Dunban Charla Rhine, talking about the Gatto, and Charla and Gatto doing ether lamps and racing, while also being melancholic about it, as well as the Charla Riki and Satoru talking about the fact that Charla really liked climbing trees as a kid. But it helps talk about maybe how characters grew up, and 2, just, potential keepsakes that are kind of not really a key item that you actually have to get in the game, but serve as character development or talking about a character that doesn't technically exist in the game at all because they chose to technically be mean. Note, not a single character in the game has a parental figure past technically Melia at the start of the game. And maybe Riki, but we don't know about Riki because we don't actually have an age. Other than that, he has a lot of kids. And a wife. And I guess technically some of the Mechon characters, but excluding NPCs, out of the playable cast, no one had technically had parents except Melia, and then Melia gets the worst of the treatment. And then, obviously, Riki gets at least one random question. But there's still quite a number remaining. So, there is a lot to go on there. To see what potentially occurs. And trying to piece when that heart-to-heart technically takes place. But, that being said, that is going to be it for today. Next time we meet, more pink heart-to-hearts, Affinity heart-to-hearts, and, well, granted, this is happening far in the future. A lot of things have changed since the original playthrough. Especially which games I'm currently playing. So, might as well make some jokes. Stuff there. Some announcements going on to the later portions to date the video. Starting tomorrow, I will say technically the next set of heart-to-hearts might be tomorrow. Because last Thursday obviously was the end of the XD Gale of Darkness first run of Mount Battle. And technically the next one is going on. I am hoping to have that done by tomorrow. If not, we'll have some of the remaining heart-to-hearts. But if things go according to plan, round 2 starts tomorrow, which is going to be fun because technically it's not a team I've technically used in the playthrough, in the actual playthrough portion. It has a mixture of Pokemon that some are ones I've definitely used, i.e. my Tyranitar, or B, a certain former Shadow Legendary, to work with, as well as some other Pokemon that I felt like either would be fine just because, or I have to take advantage of certain teammates, team members, i.e. Tyranitar. And technically said Shadow Legendary. Former Shadow Legendary. But, and on top of that, I have a couple more playthroughs already lined up. Depending on what happens, it might depend. I also still have a couple other playthroughs, kind of like this one, that technically are in the wings. I took a break, more so to have other games come up and play. Also partially maybe doing leveling, because doing something solo is impossible, or it's an RPG like Xenoblade 1. Where maybe having max level, or a high enough level, might be helpful to get through some of the rest of the content. Looks at you, Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs. But I do have a couple new playthroughs currently lined up. One is may happen, it may not. I am going to technically record this one in advance. I'm not going to say what, just about it. In case I can't fully play through it, because it is a disc-based game. That, obviously I can't play it anymore if I can't get past whatever if the disc is scratched to a point where I can't fully play it, I can't fully play it. It's just unfortunately one of those catch-22s of the, variable. But I do have one there, and technically another Pokemon playthrough. No, this is not a Pokemon channel, I just have a lot of Pokemon games. But technically this is a game a generation that I've only just grabbed. And no, it's not Generation 3. I.e., Hoenn region Generation 3. That is in the docket. There are some things I would like to have done before I get to that playthrough, on a number of levels. But that is something I am planning on doing. I actually came into some copies of the free Generation 2 game. So I am thinking of a Pokemon Crystal playthrough on physical hardware, which would be fun. Once again, kind of similar to Gen 3, though. There is some prep I'm hoping to get done. But unlike Gen 3, this one's a little less just due to the fact that it's only Generations 1 and 2. 1. And 2, I have some other variables to get through to get to where I need to go in these games. However, for me to get to that point, I do have to do some things. And in one of the other Generation 2 games. I've already played Generation 2. I've played Heart Gold, Soul Silver. So I know, for the most part, how the story goes. I just don't have it as a Gen 2 specific scenario. Which is making sure... Remember, not a lot of moves for certain types. Looks at the Dark typing. And Steel typing. I mean, Generation 3 only had 3 Steel type moves and 2 Dark type moves? Maybe 3? That aren't for pure attacking. I'm not referring to status stuff. But I do have Crystal on standby, and that's gonna look to be fairly fun. And I do have a little fun for that generation, because I might not be using the name I've typically gone with when it comes to Pokemon. Some other games will be dealing with that looks at Generation 3. But we are not going to get into that as of right now. And as of right now, there's not much else to say, but that is it for today. Thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's part. And next time we meet, and sorry for the last 10 minutes of yapping, but kind of slow moving for a playthrough stuff, but this is stuff I've also never fully decided to view on my own time and kind of want to see, and might as well do it because it's technically still part of the playthrough. That's part of the reason why the playthrough went on hiatus, is so I could get the Affinity to view the heart-to-hearts. The only other thing is my entire party is not level 99, and I don't have some of the items because I skipped the area and have to wait on a bad RNG. Other than that, though, everything's fine. But that is it for today. Thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye! Have a wonderful rest of your day.